folks, we'll cover the news, and I lost my internet here, so I am going to be going at 11:30 at night, loading up at the local internet over there, which is a bummer because I want to get up early tomorrow, and I want to throw 10, 12 rounds of these 3 discs that I just got here. All right, let's go ahead and we will check out gold and silver, and then we'll check out the markets, and we will go ahead and get into this, okay? Okay, we have, silver is resting at $81.11, up $2.35. Gold is resting at, because it's resting for the weekend, $4,730, up $36, okay, today. Let's go to Bitcoin. I saw that around 80,000 earlier today. Let's see what it's doing. 80,387. Okay, let's check out oil. I have to be careful because they've got something on the oil where you pull it up. It says it's $77. That is a falsehood. So I have to be careful for that. Okay, let's see what oil is doing. Yeah, it's trying to do it again. See that? It's pulling up the $78 business. What in the hell is this all about? So you got to be very careful. Let's go to crude oil today. All right. It's up 0.5%. Brentwood crude, or Brent crude, is $101.30. And regular crude is $95.42. So at least it's holding because the gas price keeps going up. It's now like $3.54. You're lucky if you get it for under $3.50. Okay. Cenovus warns oil sands growth is drying up as policy uncertainty mounts. This guy, John McKenzie, warned Canada risks losing oil investment after posting an 83% profit jump in Q1 2026, citing carbon policy and regulatory delays, which I'm sure there will be. Okay, let's go ahead and get into the Dow, and then we'll do a very brief run. If I go deep, it takes 2 hours to load it or more, if it does it at all. Let's check out the Dow. The Dow is, sorry folks, it's coming up right now, 49.6. It's up 0.25%. No doubt the NASDAQ is similar. We won't even go there. Let's go ahead and get into the Drudge Report, and let's wrap this up in 10 minutes, shall we? Let's make this a 10-minute read. And now it's not going. Okay, now it's going. I'm using my company phone, and it's real slow. Okay, it's got BJ Dunce here on the cover. All right. Let's see. Pentagon begins releasing UFO files. This is little pieces of debris that look like footballs that are going 11 times the speed of sound, et cetera, et cetera. But there's nobody saying how. Take me to your leader. They don't have that. All right. They're saying draw your own conclusions. All right. So I'm sure there's nothing to see here. Mysterious lights in NASA image taken from the moon's surface. Buzz Aldrin, unexplained light flashes. 4-foot aliens in spacesuits, ? We'll wait for the movie. Vance freaks over AI. White House plots next steps. All right, well, there's just like really nothing you can do about it. Because if you don't keep up on AI, it'll take you over. It's as simple as that. Or somebody else will have it and you won't. So it's a sad reality. President bored with war. He started. USA strikes Iran tankers attempting to break blockade. China sees a giant with a limp. That's the U.S. Oil crisis cliff, quote unquote, at the end of the month. They better do something because eventually that's going to come back and bite us in the ass. Everyone. And I'm telling you, if regular gas goes to like $7 a gallon, people will not be able to afford to go back and forth from work from like 80 miles. If they drive from the suburbs, like if they drive from the burbs into Atlanta, Georgia or something, or Fort Lauderdale, and they're way, way out, and they drive 60 miles a day, 70 miles a day, it's a real problem. It's a real problem. It's going to wind up being $50 a day in gas or more. Could be more. All right. Let's see. And that's only 7 gallons for $50, right? I mean, that's what, 3.5 gallons each way? That's what, like 35 miles? And much less if you have an older beater. Let's see. Kash Patel forced polygraph tests on dozens of staffers as paranoia grips FBI chief. I don't know. It sounds like it might be a good idea to me. This is a MAGA girl, and she's very attractive indeed. And she got a leftist, and now he just can't wait to wear that MAGA hat or whatever it is. Okay, so I would do it too. Okay, that looks like it's. I would like at least a 15, 20-minute round with that one right there. I would be happy with that. I'm not going to get into it, what they're doing. Protein powder shortage threatens biggest food craze. Yeah, you get a lot of bodybuilders doing that. And others. North Korea nuke-capable warship poses fresh threat to South Korea and USA. Apple a day, 13 old wives' tales that are true. I just ate an apple today. I'm not crazy about apples. Not to mention, by the time you get an apple, it's well over 6 months old since it's been picked. They gas them. They put them in the gas, and it keeps them around for a while. Okay, let's continue on here. By the way, I saw Tom Brady today. I had to double take it. A very slim Tom Brady advertising soccer or the World Cup or something. I saw it with my own 2 eyes. I couldn't believe it. All right, let's continue on. I had to do a double take because he was that slim. FDA commissioner fired. Abortion pill backlash. Let's take a look at that. Let's see. Let me close this out and let me take a look at this. No, it's not taking me there, so we'll have to continue on. Oh, please, can you give me a fucking break here? Now it's taking me there. Trump plans to fire FDA chief amid abortion pill backlash. Folks, I hate to say this because I know I have people on the right, but that morning after pill, that emergency pill or whatever it is, folks, tain't your business. It tain't your business. If these women want to do that, let the women do that. All right? It's their bodies. It's their. We don't need to be protecting the 87-minute-old fetuses. I'm sorry. If that makes me a radical, then I'm a radical. But I've had enough of this. Leave them alone. Okay? Just leave them alone before we get into something we can't handle. All right? Just leave them alone. The year of Pope Leo. Americans hail Pope. NAACP files emergency petition to block Tennessee's newly approved redistricting plan. I mean, over here, it's ridiculous, folks. They've got, in the black areas, which stretch from north to south, right on the corridor of I-95, the interstate, they've got corridors there that are heavily Democrat victory lanes. I mean, it's the way they zoned it, it's a guaranteed win for the Dems. Just to let you know, they're trying to do this with the Republicans now. Okay, let's keep going here. There's no news. Starmer Labour suffers huge losses as hard right gains in UK election. It's because they're tired of the Labour movement. They're tired of it. They're all far leftists. I know free enterprise ain't much better. You don't have to convince me of that. But the Labour parties, once they get in, it's a extreme Dem wonderland. World Cup first round game that costs more than ticket to Super Bowl. Border spending spurs boom in AI-infused surveillance. They're going to get them with that. They're going to get them. They're going to find them and they're going to get them. It's real simple, folks. It's real simple. Immigrants giving up their cases and leaving USA in soaring numbers. I think one of our lawn service down the street from where I live, that's been there for years. It's a big lawn service. And they had a beautiful house. They used to keep it up. I don't know if they rented it and they just up and left and appeared like one day. It's all dark there now. No electricity. They took out all the landscaping, all the trees of the lamps, all that. It's just a dark house there now. And they have like a big rig. A world-class rig. I don't know. Maybe he got popped. I don't know. The more the better as far as I'm concerned. And I'm sorry. But whatever makes them go, I'm all for it. And I'm sorry. We are going to start getting into a real depression, not just a recession. And when things start going like I think they will, there'll be big problems. That's what I'm thinking. All right? I may be wrong. All right? I mean, I don't blame them for not wanting to stay in those detention centers. I don't blame them. I'd go back. I'd just go. Even if you're here for 15 years, go. Because your life's going to be hell in those places. Just go. Wherever it is, just go. Go back. That's my advice to you. Georgia mayor fires entire police force for upsetting his wife. All right, we're on the last row here. Rat race to track virus passengers. Global effort to stop spread, I see. New Jersey now 6th state with suspected cases. The CDC, I'm just reading this now. CDC fired all its cruise ship inspectors before outbreak. Whatever. Folks, I told you, I went on a cruise one time for 4 days to the Bahamas. Or maybe it was 3 days or whatever it was. It was like 3 days. 2 nights and 3 days, whatever it was short. But, I mean, how many times can you watch the performing whistler? And the yo-yoist, and this, and that. I mean, it's just, and you gamble. That's about all you can do. I lost a lot of nickels at that time. It was so long ago when I went on that cruise in 86 or 87 that it was the last year that they had the mechanical horse racing. They actually had mechanical horse racing. The figures were about as big as my hand and about as tall as my arm. And they were on a track that had mechanical pieces that moved it forward, all of them. And then, like a year later, they were all gone and it was all digital. I mean, that's how long ago that was. And we got to go onto an island where they gave us a little barbecue or something like that. And it was nice, but I was seasick anyway. All right, let's see. National parks teeming with brain-eating amoeba. That is something you need to pay attention to. When I used to go swinging off that swing into that very warm water here in Florida, that gets in your ears and you're finished. You can die. They had quite a few people die. Young people died, kids included. I would not go in over my mouth or even less. They have this brain-eating amoeba. And it's no joke from what I understand. People die from it all the time. New York Times, Meta dying about time. We're not going to get into Musk's mistress. Inmates describe being punished for speaking out about Ghislaine Maxwell. Mississippi church members sang as tornado tore through the building. What do you want me to tell you? There's a 3-day Russian-Ukraine ceasefire. How long you've been overweight dictates how quick brain declines. 3 hikers killed by volcano eruption on island. San Francisco convenience store sued for allegedly selling meth. It wouldn't surprise me. You know, folks, those Arabs come over. I'm not trying to be mean, but, you know, I don't know if you've ever seen them before, but there's like a little flower and a little mini vase. Those are all used to smoke crack and meth. I mean, they don't care what they sell as long as they sell. That's what they do in those little places. You know, they sell all the paraphernalia for smoking and this and that. I mean, it's just how those Arabs are. They try to make their money on those little stores. Anyways, that's it, folks. Take care. 16 minutes of your life gone forever. See you tomorrow. Bye.